Pittsburgh, Florida, 61-62. No line here. We've got Pittsburgh off a just dominant, put the boots to the type of victory last night over the Carolina Hurricanes, 6-1. I know that was a big bet of Alex B. Smith's, and I had Pittsburgh as well last night in that game. So it was a good result there. We're looking at a situation here now. Pittsburgh's second night of back-to-backs. I understand that. But how do you go against this hockey team right now? I mean, they're absolutely rolling. They're good for 5 goals a night, it seems right now. I'm not going to keep this very brief. We know Florida. Give them credit. Florida, 3-2 comeback win against Washington on Thursday night. They had the stirring, emotional speech from Luongo before the game talking about the school shooting down there in the Parkland area there in Florida. Just absolutely, it was good, actually. It was a really well thought of, delivered speech by Roberto Luongo. He made great points on it, hit all the right notes. Give him credit for that. And he played well. You could tell Florida had a little something to give in that hockey game. After a slow start, they got behind Washington 2-1, rallied in the third period, and won it 3-2 late. A win that on a very, I guess you could say, emotional night a little bit for that Florida Panthers team. Certainly for their goaltender, Roberto Luongo, and he probably played with a little bit of an extra charged-up mentality. And really for Luongo in 3 starts since he's been back, the Calgary game, okay, he was a little rusty there. They gave up 3 goals, but Florida won 6-3. Played very well despite a losing effort against Toronto, 1-0. Just got bettered by Freddie Anderson, and no shame in that. And then, of course, he had a nice solid game the other night against Washington. So it's been pretty good for Luongo. Give him credit for that. Give Florida credit for winning that hockey game. But they're still in a spot here where even with Pittsburgh, second night of back-to-backs. Matt Murray was in last night, which means it could be Tristan Jarry tonight in net for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Even with all that said, you won't see me with a Florida Panthers ticket in my pocket tonight. Not even maybe. Pittsburgh's playing too well, finding ways to win. Their offense is lethal right now. If anything, I'll look over the total. We'll see where it comes. I'm sure it's going to be 6 because Pittsburgh's involved. No surprise there if it is. But I will be interested in the over. I'm going to do some more digging into it. I don't like the fact Luongo's really played well, but I don't even think Luongo's going to be able to completely shut down this Pittsburgh team. I mean, you look at it, Gensel, Kessel, Malkin, Kroos, everybody, on this team is in good offensive form right now, is contributing to this team's success. You're even getting Brian Rust, some of the depth forwards, scoring goals for this Pittsburgh Penguins team. So they're in a great zone. They've won 6 in a row. They're peaking at the right time. Yeah, it's Pittsburgh or pass. Also, we'll look over the total in this game. We'll see where the total comes out. This is also on Alex's card. Pittsburgh, Florida for you, Alex. What do you see here?
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that Pittsburgh Penguins game last night. 6-1 win over Carolina. And like I said, this is a team that they're rolling on all cylinders right now. And the rich getting richer. They're getting Derek Brassard, coming over from Ottawa. And they showed a stat. The top 4 point scorers in the Eastern Conference playoffs over the last several seasons, all now on the same team. It's Crosby, Malkin, Kessel, and now Derek Brassard. So, you add another solid center to this already, wealth of offense, and riding high at the right time right now. And a Florida team, I know we all talked about it. I think we all were in agreement on Washington in the last time we talked about Washington and Florida. And I didn't really taking into consideration the fact of Florida coming home after the tragedy, and a lot of those guys, like I said, like Luongo was a guy who lived in Parkland in that area and had the emotional speech, and everybody in that area, everybody all over the country saw Major League Baseball teams wearing the caps for the high school and so forth. So a lot of people charged and emotionally charged by that. And that's something you didn't take into consideration. Washington played a hell of a game, and Florida fought back and carried around, like I said, Luongo now 3-0 in his last 3 starts. But I think Pittsburgh here, they've won 8 of the last 10 meetings, and they've earned points in all 10 of those last 10 meetings against Florida. I just don't see where they fall off. They've gone 5-3 also in the second night of back-to-back. So Pittsburgh or nothing here, the way I'm looking at it, and anything around the $1.30, $1.40, some stuff that I'm seeing right now, I'll more likely be jumping back in with Pittsburgh tonight.
All right, there you go. Alex B. Smith looking at the Pittsburgh side. And Pittsburgh was one of those teams that early in the season, second night of back-to-backs, I think they were pretty disastrous in terms of how they played. They've ironed that out a little bit. They've played better lately on the second night of back-to-backs. I remember the Columbus game. Remember that last Sunday following the Toronto game? And they won that game. So there you go. That's an example. Pittsburgh has played a little bit better the last month or so. on the second night of back-to-back situations. And again, teams rolling like this, I don't look to fade them, even if they're in a little bit of a negative scheduling spot like this. So yeah, for me, I would only take Pittsburgh and also would lean over the total. But again, let's see what the goalies are. Let's see where the number comes out with.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.